What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I just wanted to give a little update on my thoughts and opinions regarding BB24. A lot has been happening, and I get so many updates with the live feeds, and I watch so many live feed reviewers, specifically, not so many actually now, but specifically I watch Talks with Tom, or Talks with TV Tom, TV Talks with Tom, something like that. I watch him. The reason why I watch him is because he is not biased, and he's a realistic viewer, and he gives realistic thoughts and opinions and commentary about the live feed updates, versus where I used to watch the guy from season 21, the Kimmy season. I used to watch, I can't remember his name, the older guy. And he's just too positive for me. He's too, like, PC for me. He's not delivering what's really going on in the live feeds, because he updates the live feeds. And I'm like, you're not really updating me on what's happening in the live feeds. You're tiptoeing around, or basically blatantly not even talking about all of the controversial issues that's pouring on social media right now. And I'm like, oh, he used to be in the house, and oh, he was a part of Kimmy's season, and the same thing happened to Kimmy, so he's not going to talk about it. At least that's what I get on it. I don't even know him to really say that that's who he is as a person, but that's just what I get from it, because how can you avoid talking about what's really happening on the live feeds, and your thing is updating the live feeds? Anyways, that's how he does his thing. Cool. I don't really particularly watch him anymore. I watch TV Talks with Tom. I think that's what it is. Anyways, through all of the updates that I've been receiving, and through just the stuff that I've watched, and just where we started in the beginning to where I am now, things have just completely turned on its head. In the beginning, I thought that I would like Jasmine. I thought that I would like Nicole. I was rooting and raving for Daniel. Didn't think that I would like Taylor. I thought Pooch had beautiful eyes. I was rooting for Michael, which seems to still be the case. And I thought Monty was hot. But like, all of my initial prejudgments on people have all failed. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Usually I peg people right from first impressions, but sheesh, it's complete 180. The only one that still stands tall is Michael. I wasn't really feeling Joseph because he took out my I ain't even gonna say my homie, but another black man, and I was kind of like, about that. I always thought Joseph was fine, but I don't know. From the very beginning, all of these people were on the Taylor hate train. Now, it's not the Taylor hate train so much. Paloma is no longer in the house. Jasmine became HOH. She didn't get out Taylor, which was great. She got out Pooch. And that wasn't even really Jasmine's thing. That was Ameerah that spun that. And so, fast forward, I don't like Nicole anymore. I don't like Daniel. Damn for sure can't stand Jasmine and her fake accent. Ameerah is intelligent, but it seems that she doesn't have the game pegged. And she doesn't even have herself pegged. And what's really interesting about all of these people that I just named, I thought I would be cool with, but they can't even admit to themselves when they are in the wrong. They have been stuck in this house for almost a month now, and they've lost touch with reality. I think that's the biggest thing. They've lost touch with reality, so much so that they think that they are heroes. They think that they've not treated anyone poorly. They think that they've treated Taylor with respect and humility. They think that Taylor is the bully. Even Paloma outside of the house still feels that she has befriended everyone and loves everyone, and Taylor was not treated poorly. So much so that she says that they even cut the live feeds. And so that leads me to believe, like, it's so confusing, right? It's so confusing. Like, something has to be going on, right? Is Taylor really that much of a saint, or is she really that much of a villain? That's what I'm wondering, because yes, they do cut the live feeds. They do. And I was speaking to one of my buddies on IG, and I was like, I wonder if when they cut the live feeds, they say, the live feeds have been cut, you guys can go ham. And then they just like, go ham. If when the live feeds are cut, is Taylor the villain? Is she horrible to people? I don't know. Are live feeds cut down that long for things to switch and flip? And then when we come back to the live feeds, you know, people are just randomly talking about Taylor just because? I don't know what to believe. But what I will say is that based on everything that I've read, everything that I've heard, everything that I've seen, and the actions of these people in their fakeness, as I'm watching the live feeds, I'm going to have to believe that Taylor is a good person. She has her ways, but overall, the treatment that she has received is not warranted. That is my final belief. Okay? And because that is my final belief, it is just the craziest thing to see these people still campaign against her, still feel the way that they feel about her. And I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. Right now, Daniel is trying to justify his rant, his humiliating taunt, and blow up toward Taylor because of Taylor telling Nicole that whatever decision she makes regarding her mental health, that she'd support her. I don't know. I don't know. We have social media saying that Turner uses the N-word, or is known for using the N-word. Turner is known for not taking showers, or whatever the case may be. He's even not doing that in the house, so much so that Indy has pointed it out and said that she didn't want him to lay on her bed. But Turner, the guy that used the N-word, the guy that doesn't take showers, is the guy that saves Taylor with the help of Joseph. Wow. Wow. Mind you, Joseph is the one that figured out what the girls were up to when Pooch got out. Although the whole house unanimously voted him out. But Joseph figured that out and told Pooch. And now Joseph, utilizing Turner's HOH, has decided to flip the house upside down to get Ameerah out of the house. Because Ameerah seems to be like the head of the snake, and she is. It's not Nicole. It's not Daniel. It's not Jasmine. It is Ameerah. And wow, right? We are finally watching Big Brother. And it's becoming slowly but surely, at least it's heading in that direction, to be a righteous season. A season filled with people that are game players, but that don't have to belittle, defame, talk bad about, ridicule, chastise, ostracize someone in order to better their gameplay. And that's what Paloma, Alyssa, Ameerah, Jasmine, Nicole, and Daniel have been doing from the very beginning, starting with Paloma. Monty's been a part of it. Terrence has been a part of it. But now Monty is in the leftovers. I don't know how long this is going to last, because Monty still has Taylor's name in his mouth. Only and mainly, I would feel, because he knows that he's always never been Team Taylor. And that he's only Team Taylor because the majority of the house seems to be in on it. So he's trying to fit in, get in where he fits in. I can't wait to see Turner's veto speech. I can't wait to see, I hope we get to see all of the crying, because Jasmine was crying, Ameerah was crying, everybody was crying. You know, the leftovers were acting, giving their best Academy Award winning performances, acting like they didn't know what was going on. Turner was smart by talking to Daniel ahead of the game and letting him know that he wasn't going to put up Taylor. I think the leftovers have the potential to be one of the best alliances ever, next to the cookout. But we have to see what happens, because if someone in the leftovers does not get HOH, if Daniel gets HOH, even though Daniel is tied to Kyle, or if Nicole gets HOH, even though Nicole is tied to Taylor, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen? You know who I want to get HOH next? I want Michael and Brittany to get HOH next. If Terrence doesn't have the power to break up a pair and pick who he wants to pick, that would be dangerous. I want Michael and Brittany to pick to be HOH. That seems to be like the best situation possible, the best scenario possible. Or Joseph and Monty second. Still can't really trust Monty, but Joseph seems to have a handle on things, right? And Joseph is actually connecting with Taylor. So much so that Joseph's Twitter account is hoping that Taylor and Joseph become a thing. I don't know. I don't know about all that. But they would make a gorgeous couple, but I don't know. Anyways, a lot has happened in this house, and the season is slowly becoming a season that I can actually appreciate. The people that are playing the game as human beings and with a sophisticated mind are Michael and Joseph. Those two are the MVPs, period. Taylor is still trying to find her footing, so I'll place her third. But Michael is winning comps and playing the freaking game, baby. Michael is the MVP, period. Okay? And then next to him would be Joseph, because Joseph is figuring out what's going on and how these people are playing the game, right? And then Taylor, because Taylor has been a righteous player so far. She's come close to winning a couple things, but she hasn't had the opportunity to place her feet firmly on the ground to play as a big brother player. That's why I'm putting her third. Fourth, I don't know. There's no fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh for me. Right now, the top three players are Michael, Joseph, and Taylor. Everyone else is just coasting, surviving, and being a part of what's being created, you know? But yeah, Michael is winning. Joseph is figuring ish out and making plans to get people kicked out, utilizing the HOH, but standing on the side of righteous. And Taylor is a survivor. That's what she is. She is a survivor. Ameerah is a good player, but she's completely oblivious to what's actually going on. Whereas Joseph figured it out, knew it, told the person, hey, watch out, go do this. The person didn't listen, so he got kicked out. That's the difference between Ameerah and Joseph. Ameerah still thinks that she has a winning chance. All right, I just got off my phone call, but hey, listen, I don't even know what to say. I just want to know if Ameerah is leaving this week. That's all I care about. If the leftovers have come up with this plan and the plan actually works, like Ameerah's plan worked last week with Pooch, this has become a Big Brother game. Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about Big Brother 24 so far. And yeah, who are your top three players? Deuces.